everybody. I am making another video, and actually I made a video yesterday, which is going to be uploaded on Sunday, and this video, which I'm making today, Sunday, will be uploaded on Monday. So, sorry everything's kind of a day behind, that's okay. I went running again today, because if you're watching this video, you will have seen the other video, blah, blah, blah. I went running again today, and I went for 50 minutes. Running. I went for an hour and 2 minutes total, and that's with a 3-minute warm-up and then stretching and then a 5-minute cool down. Grand total of an hour and 2 minutes, but 50 of that was running. And I have to say, I feel incredible. If you would have told me that a year ago, when I made my New Year's resolution to lose weight, when I started this whole thing, that in a year I would be able to run for 50 minutes straight, I would have fucking laughed at you and walked away. Because I've never had that sort of endurance. I've certainly never had that sort of strength. And here I am. Even 4 months ago, I couldn't run for longer than 15 minutes without having to stop because I was so out of breath and so absolutely fatigued. But hello, 50 minutes. I attribute this to three things. The first one is, of course, losing weight. The lighter you are, the easier it is to carry yourself through activities like running, which can otherwise be very strenuous on joints and things. Second of all, quitting smoking last fall. I mean, holy shit. Beforehand, I couldn't breathe. Even simple things like the elliptical on an easy level, I couldn't do for more than 10 minutes because I would get winded. That's how bad of shape my lungs were in, especially because back then I was smoking almost a pack a day. I have not smoked since, well, I've had a couple cigarettes on the weekends when I first quit, but basically I haven't smoked since September now. And so that would be 4 months. And it's made a huge difference in the amount of athletic things I can do because beforehand, really, like I said, I just couldn't handle I couldn't get enough oxygen to my muscles, and now I'm really becoming more of an efficient machine now that my lungs work. And third would be monitoring my heart rate, which is something I just started doing yesterday since getting this heart rate monitor, which I showed you the watch yesterday. The watch goes with a band that goes around your lower chest, and it monitors your heart rate, and I've been trying to keep my heart rate in my anaerobic zone, which is the most fat-burning zone, but still aerobic, because you can also burn fat when you're like in the 130 to 140 range, which is not really aerobic. It's just getting your heart to beat more than your resting heart rate. And I know some of you will be confused as to why I'm not trying to push my heart rate to the top, because you may not understand heart rates, but something I've learned, and when I told Sean this, he just said, duh, but I didn't know this. I read several articles, one in Men's Health, one in Women's Health. I saw a documentary called, I forget it now, it's like called Marathon or something. You can find it on Google Video if you search it. I think it's called Marathon. But anyway, it was about runners. And what I learned was that when you get your heart rate up above 80% of your maximum heart rate, so my maximum heart rate is between 200 and 220. So 80% is in the 190 to 200, 210 even range. So if I get up there and those really high heart rates, your body actually starts to conserve energy because you're working really hard and for a long time, and the body stops trying to burn, because when you work out for the first half an hour to hour, your body's burning the energy off. But then it goes, oh crap, if we're going to keep doing this, we need to start conserving. And so the body then starts conserving the energy and you burn less for the same amount of work. So what I've been trying to do is keep an eye on my heart rate, and literally when I'm running, just every couple of minutes, I glance at my watch, check where my heart rate is, and adjust my speed or how hard I'm working to affect my heart rate in the direction I want it to go, so that it's always at about 160, which is about 70% of my maximum heart rate. So I've been trying to keep it 160 to 170 instead of letting it go up to like 188, because when I'm running really hard, it goes up almost to 190, and that's just really too high. Because I don't want my body to start conserving the amount of energy it's burning. I want it to be burning as much energy as possible while I'm running, while also giving me a really good workout, but not burning myself out. I'm rambling. It's not making any sense anymore. So I'm watching my heart rate, and that's really changed the distance I can go. Because when I'm running at like 90% max heart rate, I exhaust myself really quickly. And I get to that point where I just can't go anymore. I cannot breathe. My muscles are screaming at me, and I have to stop. And when I get there so quickly, it's incredibly discouraging, and I'm always worried about the mileage and the amount of time, and I go, man, I only ran 1.5 miles in 20 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And that's really discouraging. But when I'm running outside, and the only thing I'm concerned with is my heart rate, I find I can go a lot longer, and it's not a stress. I went for a grand total of 3.86 miles. So I did the calculations, and that was about 3.5 miles running. I just ran 3.5 miles, and I feel great. I could go out and run again, but I thought, I've been out for about an hour, I should probably go home. But that just goes to show, you work your heart a little less, and you can go so much further. So I feel incredible. Running is suddenly this very enjoyable thing, and I feel like I've hit a new era in my weight loss, if you will, stage, whatever. I feel like even just a week ago, I was heading up a hill, and I could see behind me, and I could see how I'd got to where I was very clearly, and I could talk all about how to get to where I am now, but I couldn't see past the hill, and I didn't know where the path was going from there on. I really haven't known what I needed to do to get past that, and I feel like now I'm cresting that hill, and I can see clearly both behind me and ahead of me. So I know where I'm going now, and exercise isn't this big stress of burning myself out every day to exhaustion. I really think I've been working myself way too hard in the gym. And what it's all about now is about listening to my body, treating it well, running at that 60 to 70% heart rate where I'm still working hard, but I'm not slaving at it, because that leads to really early burnout, and I don't get as good a workout, and I don't feel good. So like I said in my video yesterday, I'm going to be aiming toward health and that overall really good, strong, healthy, fit feeling as opposed to that skinny feeling, because aiming for the fit feeling is what's going to propel me forward. And I feel amazing. So I have no idea how many calories I burnt, probably like 700, but I don't really care. The fact that I ran for 50 minutes without stopping, without getting exhausted or really winded, that's a huge deal for me because of the quitting smoking. Grand total 3.5 miles, that I'm on cloud 9. And now I'm going to have chicken cordon bleu, which Sean is currently preparing. That's that chopping noise you hear. Veggies. Yes. And it's going to be amazing, and there's absolutely no guilt, because I've eaten 700 calories today. Dinner's going to be probably 700, 2,000, and with the amount I burned off running, that still puts me well below my maintained weight calories. Life is good. I hope to be running every day, or at least 5 days a week now. Like I said at the end of the last video, and I'll just reiterate 100 times, I do not want this to be an exercise routine. I do not want this to be an exercise routine. I want this to be a life. I want running to be part of my life. So, we're heading in that direction. And everyone who is looking at this right now and going, damn it, I wish I could run. I wish I could just do this, but it's too hard. I don't understand. I don't have the right gear, whatever. Shut up and go for a walk. That's all I have to say. You know, the slogan on my channel page has been, since I started this, baby steps are the only way to walking. And that sounds like some motivational speech bullshit, but the truth is, you cannot start running for 50 minutes straight. I've learned that the hard way, as the whole channel's called, Losing Weight the Hard Way. I've learned, and you should too, that you do not need to start out big. Start small. Go for a walk. Walk for 10 minutes. I mean, if it's that hard for you, walk for 10 minutes. And eventually you'll be able to walk 15. And eventually you'll be able to walk 30. And eventually you'll be able to walk for an hour. And eventually you will think, this is so fucking easy, I need to do something more. And that's when you should start running. Listen to your body. Take care of yourself. I will see you Thursday for weight.